my name is Marie, welcome to my channel, and welcome to a brand new speed build. So obviously this is going to be another businesses and hobbies speed build. The pack is officially out now, which is so exciting. So obviously I want to know if you got the pack. Are you excited for it? Are you thinking about getting the pack? I am so excited for it. If you've already played with the pack, please let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, what you're excited for. Share it with me because I'm super excited. I, for one, really like this pack, and I'm excited particularly about this build because I was actually able to use different packs combined with this one right now because with my previous builds that I uploaded that were businesses and hobby speed builds, I had early access, which was really nice, but it also means that you just have the base game and the non-final version of the expansion pack, so I couldn't combine it with any other packs. It's really nice to like sit down and focus on the new pack specifically without getting distracted by any other packs. But particularly for this one, I'm excited to now be able to sit down and actually combine it with all the other packs that I have. This pack in particular is just really great for cross-pack compatibility, in my opinion, and I just think it's so creative. There are so many different businesses and things that you could build with this and that you could play with this pack, particularly combined with other ones as well. So I'm really excited to start diving into that. Also, I wanted to just quickly mention, if you are thinking of getting the pack, you could always consider using my creator code SimmerySims. If you're getting it from the EA app or the website, then you can use the promo code SimmerySims at checkout. It's always listed here under my face. If you do that, that is a free way for you to support me as a creator. I make a small commission off of your purchase whenever you use my creator code in the EA app. So I just quickly wanted to mention that, and thank you so much to EA for making that possible. So back to this build. Yeah, so this one is definitely a mix and match of different packs. We are building in the world of Nordhaven. Obviously that's the new world, and it's so nice and shiny and new, and I just think it's so pretty. So I'll probably be building here for some of my upcoming builds, just like back to back, because I really like this world. I think it's really nice. And yeah, so here we are in Nordhaven in the area that's called, I think it's called Gamelvik, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's the other neighborhood, but I think that's the one where we're building right now. And as you could probably already tell from the title, we're building a laundromat, and it is combined with other things. So we also have an arcade here. You can actually get some coffee at the laundromat as well. There's also a 2-bedroom apartment on the top floor. I'm just so excited about doing all these combined builds, and I'll be doing that for a while. So that's just for your information. I probably won't be doing any like regular family homes for a little while because I'm just so excited about all the possibilities with this pack. Like I already mentioned, especially combined with other packs as well. So yeah, I'll be exploring those options for a while. But yeah, this is going to be a laundromat. It is so it's kind of silly, but out of all the things that you can do with the businesses and hobbies expansion pack, the first thing for me that came to mind that I was so excited for was a laundromat. And I know it's crazy because there's so many more like exciting things that you could do with this pack, cute cafes and like other things, like any type of business, like a photography studio or what have you, like all those types of very creative, super fun things. I wanted to really build a laundromat. To me, that's one of the most exciting things in the world. I don't know why, but I've been excited about this for weeks. So I was so happy that I was finally able to sit down and actually combine this pack with the other packs and build a laundromat. So that's what we're doing today. And obviously I wanted there to be something to do while you wait for your laundry maybe, or just maybe, you know, an excuse for Sims to hang out on this lot a little bit longer, aside from just doing their laundry. So obviously I combined it with something else, and that's going to be an arcade. So on the ground floor, we'll have our laundromat, where we also actually have a little coffee bar because this build turned out to be pretty spacious actually. So yeah, we're going to have the laundromat on the ground floor. There's also a little coffee bar where you can just like purchase a little coffee and maybe get some work done while you wait for your laundry with your laptop, what have you. But then you can also also go up to the second floor and play some arcade games, which I think is really cute. So we have that. Up on the second floor is also a employee only area, so like a little break room, if you will, on the second floor. And then on the third floor is where we have a 2-story apartment, or not a 2-story, a 2-bedroom apartment. And I was actually surprised by the amount of space. I thought it was going to be a really small apartment because for some reason, everything I've been building with this pack so far has just turned out to be really small. I guess I just really like my cramped small businesses with small apartments on top, which I still think is really fun. But since all my builds so far have turned out so small, I decided to just kind of keep that in mind and try to build something a little bit more spacious. So that's what I tried to do here. And that made it so that I actually ended up with enough space for a 2-bedroom, potentially 3-bedroom apartment on the third floor. I actually turned one of the bedrooms into an office, but you could very easily turn that into a small bedroom as well. And then you could have like a full family apartment up there. If you do have like 2 parents and like 2 kids or something, then it's definitely going to be a little cramped up there, but there's definitely enough space still, so it could be kind of fun. And then this household can run the laundromat, of course, and then the arcade as well. I think that would be such fun gameplay, like a little family business. Oh, that would be adorable. Definitely something I would love to try. So yeah, that's what we're building here today. And I do know that this exterior leans a little bit more like New York inspired, like New York City inspired maybe. But that's because I had like this image that I found on Pinterest. I've had that like sitting on my Pinterest board for a very long time. I just really liked that like New York type building since way before this pack was actually announced. And ever since I saw that that build, I've just been wanting to do it. I just haven't really gotten around to actually using that inspiration picture. But then it hit me when this pack was released, or when this pack was announced, that this would be the perfect style of build for a laundromat. I don't know why, but I just thought that that would be so cute. Like an older New York type building, like a 3-story building. And I just think the style of it is really fun. I'm not sure how well it matches with the surrounding buildings in this area. The surrounding buildings are definitely a little bit more European, almost a little Amsterdam or Stockholm for that matter, or Copenhagen. I mean, not Stockholm, Copenhagen. I've never actually been to either of those places. I mean, I've been to Amsterdam because I live close by. But that's actually interesting because for one of my first builds that I did when I had early access, the Bikes and Beans build that I did, I was going on and on about how the neighborhood really reminded me of Amsterdam and how it was definitely like exactly the same. Like it just looks like Amsterdam to me, like the canals, the buildings around, just like the architectural style of all the houses and like the apartment buildings and stuff. And then people were commenting, they were like, to me, it's more Copenhagen. And I was like, that's definitely a possibility. I've never actually been to Copenhagen myself, so I wouldn't know. I've obviously like seen pictures of it, and yeah, it actually does remind me of Copenhagen as well. Maybe it's a little bit of a match between Amsterdam and Copenhagen because they did use some like Dutch names in that area of the world, like in that neighborhood. So maybe it could be Amsterdam, maybe it could be both. I'm not exactly sure. But in any case, it just looks very familiar to me, and I just love the style of both neighborhoods, but especially this one with the more, I guess, Amsterdam to me looking buildings and stuff. And I was just feeling very inspired. So yeah, for that reason, I'm not sure how well this building blends in. I tried to the best of my abilities to kind of like make it blend in. I feel like this building would look really cute in San Myshuno as well. That's definitely a possibility. I think it would look really cute in the Spice District with the more like, it would blend in nicely with the brownstone type of buildings that are placed around that area. And I think that would just be really cute. But obviously I wanted to use the new world, and I just kind of wanted to try and see if I could make this particular building blend in with the surrounding area. I think it worked out pretty well. Like, I'm not mad about it. It's definitely not exactly the same style, but I feel like it blends in well enough. So I just really like it. It's also a more, I guess, almost like industrial area, not the most industrial, like modern area. That's more the other neighborhood in this world. But I don't know, it's just like a little bit less downtown looking than some of the other lots, and so I feel like it makes sense here. I don't know if I'm making any sense explaining this, but yeah, I don't know. I just really liked the style of this particular building, and I still feel like it blends in pretty well with the rest of the neighborhood still. As you can probably tell, we have moved on to the inside of this building. So here on the ground floor, we're going to have the laundromat, and it was actually definitely a lot more roomy than I thought it was going to be. So we definitely had some space left here to add in some other activities. And that's when I was building this over on Twitch, and one of my friends in chat was like, ooh, maybe we could add a coffee spot to get some coffee while you wait for your laundry. If you have no interest in using the arcade upstairs, then maybe you still want something to do. And then grabbing a coffee and a magazine would be perfect for that. Maybe you just want to sit in silence, read a magazine, or maybe bring your laptop. That could definitely be a possibility as well. And for this building, I was definitely trying to make it look not necessarily very gross and old and moldy, but definitely like an older building. So I really liked the exposed brick on the inside. I thought that was so cool. It definitely feels a little bit more New York because of that, or New York City because of that, but I still think it just, it really works. I really like it, especially combined with those new doors and windows that I'm using here. I absolutely love those. I think they're so cool. I'll probably be using those windows a lot. I think this particular style or these doors and windows would look really nice in Brightchester as well. So I'm kind of excited to see how I could combine this stuff with stuff from Discovery University. Build by wise, I think the build style would be really, really cool and like blend really nicely, like the more townhouse type look and feel. I don't know, I'm excited to see. But yeah, I wanted to ask you if, since the possibilities are basically endless when it comes to sorts of like types of businesses and stuff that you can build, let me know if you have any suggestions for things that you would like to see me try to take on here on the channel, because there's so many things you can do that I'm just kind of like, I don't know anymore. Like, let me know what you want to see. I really want to try to build a hotel or a motel, like a small one. I really want to see how that's going to go. So that is definitely something I'm going to try to do soon as well. But if there's anything else, by all means, let me know. I think a lot of people would be interested maybe in seeing like a cat cafe. I've definitely done that before, but now they'll actually be functional. So that's something we can work on. And I've definitely done some gyms now. I've done a really small tattoo parlor and obviously a pottery studio as well. I've done that. But if there's anything else like combined businesses, or just let me know and I'll see what I can do for you, because I need all the inspiration I can get for things to build with this pack, since there are so many possibilities, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so excited about that. But here you can see we're just decorating the laundromat. I placed a bunch of washers and dryers, obviously, and then I definitely needed help from chat on Twitch when I was building this, because I've never set foot in a laundromat. I don't know what it looks like. Like, I know it from pictures and like movies and stuff like that, but I've never actually used a laundromat before. So I definitely needed all the brain power I could get in from my friends in chat as well, because obviously these people are a lot more experienced than I am, and they actually know what a laundromat would look like. So we were just kind of sitting there thinking about that. They were telling me to definitely add some folding tables, so I did that. I also placed a couple of ironing boards on the wall. Maybe you could just grab one of those and do some ironing. I definitely didn't want this space to feel too cramped, because I wanted there to be enough space for Sims to kind of like route around and like walk around and maybe just chit chat standing up somewhere, you know, stuff like that. So that's what I was trying to go for. And obviously I wanted there to be enough areas for Sims to sit down while you wait. So we have some tables and chairs. I added in a really small TV. Someone suggested maybe some vending machines, so I added a couple of those. I thought that was a really, really smart addition. And then I had to just plunk in that love seat somewhere. I was having trouble finding a spot for it, but I just placed it under the window there. I absolutely love that love seat from the new pack. I think it's so gorgeous, especially in that swatch, and like that pattern is so cute. And then I combined it with a stool in the same pattern, just a different color. I think that pattern has there's a name for it, but I just don't know what the name of that pattern would be, but it's really, really cute. I also added in a sink. People were saying that I definitely should add in a sink, and then I didn't really have space for it anymore, so I just ended up placing one sink by the folding tables, but then there's a small bathroom down here as well where there's another sink, so I feel like that should be fine. And then the way this would function as a business, because obviously it's one business that has a laundromat, an arcade, and coffee stuff. So yeah, it's basically a couple things in one. The way that this would work is I actually placed a little ticket kiosk downstairs in the laundromat as well. I feel like people would check in because I don't think you can actually ask money for Sims specifically using the laundry machines. I do think Sims just pay for coffee. I didn't realize that before, but then I tried some gameplay and I actually found out that Sims will be charged for actually getting coffee from the coffee bar. I thought in my brain the coffee was just going to be free, and then if you use the ticket kiosk you can set a price for Sims to enter the cafe. You don't even have to do that. I mean, obviously you can if you want to make more money, but you don't have to, so they'll be charged for the coffee anyway. But for the sake of the laundromat, I think it would be realistic to kind of like have that ticket kiosk set a hourly rate or a one-time fee that Sims pay to enter your business. So you could do either one of those, and then they can use the laundromat, and then they can also use the arcade when they have once they have paid. I feel like an hourly rate would be good because I feel like Sims would probably tend to hang out here pretty long, especially if you have a bunch of business activities like do laundry, play arcade games, chit chat, grab coffee, be friendly, that sort of stuff. I feel like if you have a bunch of those activities set up, they'll probably hang out for a while. At least that's my guess. I don't know. I feel like it'd be really fun to actually use this in gameplay. I think that would be kind of fun to see how that would play out. But yeah, if you set it up that way and charge hourly, I feel like that would be a fair thing to do. I also ended up placing here in the arcade, by the way, I ended up placing a small bar. I don't think a bartender will spawn. You'll have to hire one, or the Sims that run the business can obviously tend the bar. Same goes for the coffee shop downstairs. But I do think that's kind of fun because if you're the Sim owning this business, when it comes to the arcade and the laundromat, you don't really have a lot to do. So I feel like just having your Sim run the coffee bar downstairs and another Sim like run the bar upstairs, I feel like that would be a fun activity. You could have your Sim do that, or you can have your Sims have their employees do that. That's obviously also a possibility. So yeah, and then maybe someone can walk around and like clean up after Sims, like clean up the coffee cups and the glasses and stuff like that. So that is definitely something you could do as well. But here in the arcade, I actually ended up placing a couple of these arcade games. I think those are from Get Together, if I'm not mistaken. We also have those like gaming platform thingies. I'm not exactly sure what the right term for those is, but I placed a few of those. We also have some regular game tables. Those are from Growing Together, actually. I thought that would be cute for Sims to just sit down and play board games. Then we just have a couple of hangout spots. I have some love seats, and I'm really obsessed with this carpet that we're using. This carpet I think is from the Pastel Pop Kit, but I could be wrong. I think that's what it's from, and it's absolutely perfect. I never ever have a chance to use this carpet in the pattern, like colorful swatches that it comes in, but for this arcade it was actually perfect, so I was really happy that I had a chance to use them here. And then I was obviously playing around with lighting a little bit. I didn't want this to be too bright and just like lit up, so I ended up placing some nightclub light type things like in a mirror ball and stuff for some really fun, like colorful moving lights. So that's what we did. And then up here we have another bathroom. This bathroom is actually pretty spacious. I don't know why I made it so big, but it just looked better for the floor plan this way, so that's what I did. I ended up placing some really nice colored cabinets in here because I thought that would make sense for the arcade bathroom, you know, and then that really funky mirror as well. I really wanted to try and fit in this hanging plant. I think I found a space for it, so that was nice. And then up here we also have an employee only area. I keep forgetting about adding those in, but it's actually really nice to have. So I ended up just putting a little kitchenette in here with a microwave and a fridge and a sink, and then just a really small like hangout spot. We end up having a table with a couple chairs, and then obviously I have this little nook here where I could fit in that little corner couch perfectly. So that's what I ended up doing. I think that looks really cute. Oh, and then I forgot that a TV in the arcade would be perfect. So I ended up placing that really cool lit up TV with the colorful lights behind it from the Party Essentials kit. This is by no means a limited pack build. I used a lot of packs, but I was so excited because this was my first time actually using the new pack in combination with all the other packs. So I was just kind of going all out. I didn't really want to restrict myself for this one. So I just, like I said, I went all out and combined everything. I think that little employee area is perfect. I feel like that would be really, really useful. And then after that, we're moving on to the apartment, which is on the top floor, the third floor of this apartment. So the way I set it up is this landing already is just a residential area. And then so obviously so is the rest of the apartment. So I don't think any Sims that are visiting the business are able to come up here to this hallway because that's already set as residential. So that's a little like a private area. And then for this apartment, it is very long and narrow. It actually really reminds me of some of the city living apartments that we have, which ties right back into like sort of like the New York City type style that this building actually is. But I think it's really, really cute. And since the windows and doors, or, well, the front door, but then more so the windows here have green frames, I thought it'd be nice to go with green as an accent color for this apartment. So I used this really, really cute couch setup, like this living room setup from the one of the newer creator kits that we got a few months ago. I'm forgetting the name. Cozy Kitsch? I think it's called the Cozy Kitsch kit. I really like that couch and the love seat that match. It's just such a cute little set of furniture, and I love the colors. So yeah, I used those. And then especially combined with this new rug. I love this new rug from Businesses and Hobbies. I think it's so cool. Especially the colorful retro looking swatches I think are so pretty. So I was taking a gamble and just using this very colorful rug with the yellow dots, and like it has some blue and some green in it. Maybe not even green, just blue and maybe some red. I'm not exactly sure, but I really wanted to use that and see how that would tie in with the couch. And it's definitely a choice. It's very colorful, but I still feel like the colors tie together pretty well. So I ended up going for it. I understand if it's too colorful for some people, like I totally get it, but sometimes I just like to experiment with colors a little bit, see if I can make something work. That's probably not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I like to explore with colors sometimes a little bit. And then we obviously also have a kitchen here in the apartment, and I went with the newly added base game counters because I'm just still so obsessed with them. And I think they combine particularly well with the fridge and the stove from Life and Death. So that's actually what I ended up using in here to combine with the counters. I think it looks really nice. We also have some bar counters here, and I used the new bar stools. Loving the new bar stools from Businesses and Hobbies. I think it's really pretty. And then the kitchen ended up being pretty spacious. So I had room for a 4-seater round dining table. I feel like a round dining table definitely breaks up the space here really nicely. So that's what I ended up going for. I also placed a couple of those bookcases. I am so happy that we have that one bookcase in 3 different swatches, as in the bookcases are the same, but the clutter inside and the books inside of the bookcase are different for these 3. So you can make really great combinations of bookcases without it feeling too repetitive. And I think those bookcases would be really cool for a library as well. So maybe I want to make a library at some point as well, which I feel like is kind of, I don't really want to charge Sims to come to the library, but you know, this is The Sims, so we can do whatever we want. You could obviously also go to a free library, or you can choose to maybe run I don't know, maybe a little bit more of an exclusive library, or maybe it's a library where you can hold where you can give like writing lectures and writing classes and stuff like that. So that could definitely also be a fun idea. Maybe you can charge Sims for that. Yeah, because if you have the whiteboard actually that comes with this pack, you can give classes and Sims will just kind of attend, and then they pay. So if you do that, if you give like 2 classes every day, then you could just make money that way in your library, and then maybe not charge Sims for just coming in and like reading books or something. I don't know, there's definitely so many things that you can do. This is what I mean, like the possibilities feel pretty endless with this pack, which is really fun, but also makes it so that I'm like, I don't know what to build. You have to let me know what you want to see because there's so many things I could do. I can't choose. I simply can't choose. You can probably tell I'm very excited about this pack. I love this one. I loved running a shop. I did a little early access Let's Play as well. Only 3 episodes, but yeah, I really loved running a shop as well, making my own pottery and selling stuff. It's just so satisfying to like create your own items and then actually have Sims come in and buy them. I just love it. It was my cup of tea in The Sims 2, like the open for business concept was my absolute favorite. So yeah, I just have so much fun with this. So for the rest of these bedrooms, it is a 2, potentially 3 bedroom apartment. Obviously we have the main bedroom that is the biggest. I am, by the way, obsessed with the color scheme in there, like the dusty pink wallpaper and then the dark blue bedding I think is so pretty. And then I turned one of the other rooms into a nursery. I was thinking maybe there's 2 Sims living here that are expecting their first baby. Maybe they have a baby on the way, and then these would be the Sims running the laundromat and the arcade as well. So I think that could be really fun. They have like this business together and now they're expecting their first child. So maybe they'll have to hire a couple of employees, you know, maybe they're running it with the 2 of them right now, but they'll need some extra help in the near future. Like that could be a fun thing to play out maybe. And then I turned one of the other rooms into a office space here, and I just used a bunch of the newer stuff. I'm obsessed with the comfy gamer kit, so I had to use the stuff in there, but I also really like the newly added creator kit by PuriSim. I'm forgetting the name. I think it's Refined Living Room if I'm not mistaken. So I placed a couple of those, or one of those bookcases and a nice chair and some art from that kit as well. And then obviously we also have a bathroom here, which is nothing special, but we just have my standard bathroom layout with a shower tub combo, a sink, a toilet, and then just a couple extra decorations. We also have this really, really tiny balcony out back, so I just placed a chair there. But then that's it. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you this build in real time. So here we have the build in the game. As I already mentioned, you can tell that this particular building is a little bit more New York City inspired compared to these buildings that you can kind of see around that are definitely more European. But I think that's fine. I feel like on this particular lot with the roads like kind of going around, I still feel like it makes sense here, at least in my brain. You know, I feel like I can get away with it. But yeah, I really tried to blend this in to the best of my abilities with this like sidewalk stone, and we have some trees here. I parked a bunch of bicycles around here. We have some really cool art on the exterior of this lot as well, also on this side, or the exterior of the building, I mean. And then on this side, we have a small parking lot, which I thought was cute. I also parked some extra bikes here. There is a dumpster with some trash. I thought that was a nice addition for the vibes, you know. And then we have the building itself, of course. So let's go inside. We have 2 doors. This door leads you straight into the laundromat, and then there's also a door up here. So if you were just going to use the arcade, for example, you could just use this door, or I mean, your Sims would still have to check in using the ticket kiosk. So I feel like they would still go in here anyway. But for the building, I guess it makes sense to have a small front door here into a hallway, so that's what I ended up doing. But here we have the inside of the laundromat. So when you first walk in, obviously we have the ticket kiosk, so your Sims can check in. We have some tables here where you can just sit and wait and drink your coffee, read a magazine, and then this is where you can purchase a little coffee or tea, maybe a little treat, you know. And then in the back here is the laundromat. I don't know why it's so exciting to me, but it is just very exciting to me. So we have a bunch of washers and dryers, obviously fitting clutter as well. There are some folding tables here. There is a sink, another table with a really small TV, some vending machines in the back. Again, I'm obsessed with this love seat. I just think it's so cute. So I ended up placing that here. And in the back is a small bathroom, of course. There's also a a back door here. So that's for safety purposes, you know. I also made sure to place a couple of smoke alarms because laundry machines tend to set on fire in this game pretty easily. So I made sure to place a few of those as well. Then of course we have a door here leading into the hallway, and this is where I just placed some storage, just some items from the basement kit essentially. There's also a small bike parked in here. I was thinking that would probably belong to the owner of this place that lives in the apartment. And then on the second floor here is where we have the arcade. Definitely a bit more of a retro vibe in here with that carpet. I just think it's so cool. And then all the colors, definitely some brighter colors in here. We have some arcade games. There is a small bar, some regular game tables as well, and a bunch of posters. Then there's these game platform type things. Gaming mat is what they call them, right? And then just some tables and chairs, of course, for Sims to sit down, hang out. And then through this archway here is where we have a bathroom. This is just a public bathroom for everyone to use, also for the employees, of course. And then across from the bathroom is where we have a small employee-only area that I set. As you can see, when you toggle on these unit outlines, you can see that this one is employees only. All the pink stuff is public, and the blue stuff up here is residential. But yeah, this is employees only, so a small break room with a kitchenette, a coat closet, and just an area to hang out for a little while. Then taking the stairs up to the third floor is where we have the apartment. So there's just a small hallway here with a coat closet, a coat rack, a mirror, just like some regular hallway stuff, I guess. And then there's a front door into the apartment. I think this apartment turned out so fun. I especially just really like the color scheme of the living room. These couches combined with this rug. I'll probably overuse this rug a lot because I think it's so pretty, especially in this swatch. There's a small TV here. There's a small record player in the back. And then over here is the kitchen and dining. I used that rug here in a different swatch. I just really like the splash of color that it brings. But yeah, small kitchen. It's not too cluttered because obviously I wanted it to still be functional. There's also a coffee maker here. And then on the table, I placed this laptop. I'm so glad that this pack finally came with a laptop that sort of looks like a MacBook. It's not exactly the same, obviously, but I just really like how this laptop looks. It looks a little bit more modern than the ones we have in the game. Then in the back here is the main bedroom. I'm obsessed with this color scheme. I love the dusty pink combined with the dark blue, and then there's also this exposed brick. I don't know, it's very chic in my opinion. So yeah, just a bed with a couple of nightstands and some art on the wall, a closet here. This bedroom's pretty simple. I do really like this lamp. I think that's so cute. I would love to have that in real life. And then they have a really small glass door here out to this teeny tiny balcony where I could barely fit anything. I just placed a small chair out there. Then there's another bedroom here that I just turned into a not fully finished nursery because I was thinking that these people are probably expecting their first child. So they're just working on setting up this nursery right now, but it does have the bare necessities for a newborn. And then this potentially third bedroom I turned into an office for this particular household. I thought that would be nice to have, so they just really have this this nice desk and this computer. Maybe one of these Sims is a gamer. That's definitely a possibility as well. But I really like this dark green wallpaper. I think it's such a calming color and just really nice for a cozy office space in my opinion. But then that is actually it for this build. So this laundromat and arcade and apartment is up on the gallery now because the pack is out, so everyone can enjoy this now. I built it on a 20 by 20 in the world of Nordhaven on the comfortably canal side lot. I forgot to add that in the description, but it's up here. I placed it as a small business venue, but you can obviously place it down as a residential and then have your Sims live there and then open a small business from home. But just to get all the outlines for the rooms correct, I decided to upload it as a small business venue. And it comes in at just over 134,000 simoleons. But that's gonna do it for today's video, so I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this build off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is SimmerySims. You can follow me on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is SimmerySims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you'd like to get notified every single time I upload, just click that little bell icon. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/SimmerySims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!